They told us in the scripture that the meek will get the earth. I watched the meek get pavement, watched them calculate their worth in the diminished currency of what they were permitted. Watched them hold their hat and wait and call it committed to the righteous path. I tried that path at 14. Stood in line, kept my head down, stayed between the designated margins, and the margins kept on narrowing until the space allowed for me was barely harrowing enough to breathe. And that's when something tectonic shifted, some ancestral understanding that the docile get gifted with their own erasure, dressed in the vocabulary of virtue. I chose the other lexicon, the one that doesn't hurt you with its patience, the one that moves through walls instead of waiting for the wall to open. Heaven's gate was built for taking. The sky belongs to those who reach, do everything that said don't touch, who took that altitude, that comfort, never wanted much. The meek inherit dust, the violent inherit sky. Not with this, with the refusal to accept the alibi of limitation. Heaven doesn't open, you arrive through the accumulated force of choosing to survive past every designated ceiling. Heaven belongs to those alive, enough to take it. The theological revision that I offer isn't heresy, it's empirical. Look at every dynasty that shaped the world. Not one was built on acquiescence. Every cathedral rose from someone's incandescence of ambition. Every border drawn in someone's blood. Every throne assembled from the unrelenting flood of one man's refusal to accept what was a portion. The violent are the architects, the meek are the proportion. They inherit the remainder after seizure. I don't say this as a boast, I say it as a treasurer of what I witnessed. The man who reaches skyward past his designated altitude, who moves tideward against the current of what's sanctioned. That man finds that heaven isn't granted, it capitulates the minds unwilling to descend. The sky belongs to those who reach through everything that said don't touch, who took the altitude, that comfort, never wanted much. The meek inherit dust, the violent inherit sky. Not with this, with the refusal to accept the alibi of limitation. Heaven doesn't open, you arrive through the accumulated force of choosing to survive past every designated ceiling. Heaven belongs to those alive, enough to take it. The violence I speak of isn't brutish, isn't blunt. It's the volitional refusal to confront limitation with acceptance. It's the forward lean of a body that decided it would intervene in its own fate. The violence of the undeferred dream of the man who heard the verdict and emerged in the most consequential way, by building anyway, by climbing what they said was unclimbable by day and night. The violence of the unreasonable persistence of the self that keeps insisting on its own existence at the elevation that was never designated for its kind. That's the violence that inherits sky, the sovereign mind that takes the altitude because the altitude was always there, waiting for the one audacious enough to claim the air. I've been accused of transgression, of overreach, of seizure. What wasn't mine to take, I offer this composing. Nothing in this world was anyone's before the taking. Every ownership is just an older breaking of the same convention. Every title is a conquest with enough generations between it and the context of its origin to seem like natural order. I just skipped the generational border, went directly to the claiming. That's the only difference between the celebrated and the ones who face indifference or condemnation. Time, just time, is what separates the visionary from the criminal. History arbitrates. Dark street, no stars. City loud with its unknowing. I looked up once, and what they said wasn't mine. Kept going. The sky didn't open. I just rose until
I was inside it.
that's not violence, That's just the only prayer that ever